Hi Ankita, thank you for joining. Let's just wait for a couple of minutes and then we shall start with today's session. Hello. We'll just wait for 2 more minutes, alright, and then we shall start with today's session. Hello Shrestha. I am fine Ankita, thank you so much for asking. How are you doing? Right, I'll just, I think it's 7:31. We shall start at 7:32 or 3. Just giving some more time for people to join. Hi Shrestha, hi. So usually I come live at 22:30, that is 10:30 p.m. But I thought of changing the timing a little bit towards the evening and see if more people are able to communicate while I'm live. So hence the change in the timing. All right, good to know that you're doing good. So it's 7:32. We'll just wait till 7:33 and then we shall start. Okay, so for the people who are here, you know the topic for today is something which is one of the major concerns with which people contact me, that is panic attack. I see who are just there. Shabitri is also there. Thank you for joining, Shabitri. So let's just give it 1 more minute and we shall start. I think it's 7:33. We'll start. If people join, they can join in between. That's all right. So yes, as I was saying that panic attack is one of the major concern with which people contact, because it is a very horrified experience when somebody goes through panic attack. So I know here people out of 3 at least there is one whom I know that goes through panic attack, repeated panic attack. So I thought of discussing panic attack in details. So it's very important to understand what you are going through so that you can rectify things at a much deeper level. So panic attack is as you know, it's an intense fear. So an intense fear of what? An intense fear of something which you don't know, which probably does not have any logical sense, right? I see Harshali joined. Thank you for joining. Monica, thank you for joining. So these panic attack are like this sudden episode of fear that suddenly comes within your body and you don't have any logical reasoning behind that fear. Ideally, it's not that you suddenly see a cockroach and you are afraid of cockroach, it might fly. No, that is not panic attack. Panic attack can be something suddenly out of nothing. You start having those symptoms of panic attack and there is no imminent danger, no problems, but your body starts behaving in weird ways. That is panic attack. Now the problem with panic attack is it feels like heart attack. Panic attack feels like heart attack and a lot of people think they are getting cardiac arrest, but ideally they are going through panic attack only and not cardiac arrest because the symptoms are like that. And please feel free to ask questions. All right, if you have gone through panic attack and all, please feel free to ask questions. So now the thing is, there is a very important thing that you need to understand. If you have 1 or 2 episodes of such thing happening in your life, then it is panic attack. But if you are having this kind of episodes in regular intervals in your life, it is no longer panic attack, it is panic disorder. Okay, so there are these 2 separate sections. One is panic attack and one is panic disorder. Now the difference between panic attack and panic disorder is the recurrence between the episodes. So if I have let's say 1 episode of panic attack and then after a few years another episode of panic attack, so it can be just situational. Due to certain situation specific, I have certain panic attack symptoms. But if I have it in regular intervals, suddenly I have those sensations coming back in my body, then panic attack has become more permanent in nature and it has now become panic disorder. Okay, I'll stop in between to see if you have any questions. So till now, if you have any question, please feel free to type it in. I'm going to discuss this in a little detail today because it's very important for you to understand this total concept, because unnecessarily there should not be any fear associated with this thing. You should know why it is happening and what are the symptoms associated with it. So certain symptoms of panic attack, anybody can tell me what do you think are some symptoms of panic attack? Anyone, or all of you rather? What are some symptoms of panic attack? If you have gone through panic attack, you would know what are some symptoms. So I see Shrestha, Monica, Ankita, Shabitri and Khushbu. If you guys have gone through panic attack, which I know you might have, so you would know the symptoms of panic attack. So any one or two couple of symptoms that you might have noticed in yourself. I'll just pause for 30 seconds to see if I get any response. Any symptoms? Anyone? No? What is the difference between panic attack and anxiety attack? I have faced few symptoms. I don't know what exactly, like palpitation, extreme fear. Okay, there is nothing called anxiety attack. Good question, Monica, first of all. Anxiety, when it goes to a higher extreme, then it becomes a panic attack. So panic attack is a byproduct of anxiety. So there is nothing called anxiety attack. It is like when you have anxiety, you can have anxiety. Anybody can have anxiety. It is okay. But when the anxiety becomes too much, then it takes away the panic attack symptoms. And then if panic attack becomes recurrent, then it becomes panic disorder. Yes, palpitation, extreme fear are actually symptoms of panic attack, right? Overthinking from an incident, yes. Overthinking, yes. Adrenaline rush, sweaty hands, increased heartbeat, dilated pupils, shaking hands and legs, tremendous pain in body, hands and legs. Exactly, all this. And there is like this, body will shake. There are pain in certain point of your body, like in your wrist, in the joints. Then as Shabitri said, adrenaline rush. You can also have overthinking. You can have dilated pupils, palpitations, sweating. You can also have indigestion. Most importantly, you can also have indigestion. And if you have panic attack or panic disorder over a long period of time, you can also develop a symptom called irritable bowel syndrome. And breathing difficulties during at that moment, yes, shortness of breath. So more or less like COVID symptoms, but it's not COVID, it's panic attack, right? So you can also have something called hot flashes. Now what is hot flashes? Your cheeks will become very warm. When you go through panic attack, this part becomes warm. It will, the blood will flush through very easily. So these cheeks become red. It becomes warm. Your hands will sweat. Your body will pain. You will not be able to communicate. Your breathing will become very fast. You will try and talk, but as if you are not able to say anything. Your words are getting mixed up. All these things are symptoms of panic attack, right? And another thing which makes it similar like cardiac arrest is the chest pain. Some people can also have chest pain, feels like bloating of stomach. All these things also happen. And as I said, if you are constantly you are a victim of panic attack, you can also develop a symptom called irritable bowel syndrome, which people say that you don't have any remedy, but that's not true. You do have remedy. If you take care of the panic, if you take care of the anxiety, your irritable bowel syndrome will also go down, right? Now, another very beautiful feature of panic attack is, panic attack, what they do, it can come at any time. Anytime. You might be driving, suddenly you have panic attack. You are supposed to go live, suddenly you have panic attack. You are supposed to attend a social social function, suddenly you have panic attack. You're about to join a meeting, suddenly you have panic attack. So, and you basically, the thing is that you do not know when you will get this kind of panic attack. Hello Chandrani. You don't know when you will have this kind of attack. You will usually have this attack when you are facing situations which you are afraid of, or there are a lot of people who will have panic attack. You are right, I faced all these symptoms. Thanks a lot for explanation. Most welcome, Monica. There is more to come, so hold on. So I don't think I have panic attack, but yes, anxiety symptoms I had. Panic attack, yes, when I am about to have a very difficult communication with somebody. That time sometimes panic strikes me. So these things are very common. You don't know when it's going to happen, but it happens, So these are and it comes without any warning signs. And the worst part of panic attack is it just peaks suddenly. So you start feeling that palpitation, and suddenly it peaks, it shoots off, and suddenly everything goes out of control. That's panic attack. And one of the major symptoms of panic attack is you are not able to breathe properly, and pain, something like that, or these hot flushes. These things will happen, right? So this is all about panic attack. Now the next thing that you might ask me is, why does this happen? Because I don't have any particular problem because of why I should have panic attack. But yes, panic attack can happen due to various reasons. Now what are the various reasons of panic attack? First cause is genetic, genes. If it's like, if any of your parents or if your siblings have this anxiety disorder, then there is chance that you will also develop anxiety. It's more of genetic, but that is not the only reason for panic attack. The other thing is major stress in your life, major change in your life that has made you more vulnerable to anxiety. Any major changes like change in job, change in city, any major change in relationship status, death in the family, or anything like that. So major changes that has happened in your life, or any illness, all this thing can lead to panic attack. Next thing is, some people have certain personality which makes you more prone to anxiety. There are personality like this. Now how would you understand whether it's a part of your personality or not? It will always be there since childhood. But if it's not there since childhood, then chances are you have developed it because of all the experiences you had in your life. Okay, so that's how you can identify whether it's a part of personality or you have developed it as a byproduct of your experience. Stress, definitely major stress. Another thing is the fight or flight response of the body. Now what is this fight or flight response of the body? Whenever there is adrenaline rush that happens in our body, our brain signals our body to behave in two different ways. Either you fight it, so you become very angry, whether you become, you have to answer back, or you fly, or you run away from the situation. In both these cases, you can have panic attack, because when you don't know whether you should run away from the situation or whether you should face the situation, in between you have panic attack. Okay. The next thing is a little sensitive. Those people who are victims of assault or who have been victims of childhood abuse, they are prone to panic attack. They are prone to anxiety issues, because this early years of foundational years of our life, whatever we go through, that has a lasting impact on our personality, on our behavior, in our brain. So any victims of abuse, any victims of assault, in fact, let's say at my age, even if I am going through assault or anything, I will also have panic attack symptoms, because these things means that this is a very traumatic experiences. Any kind of trauma can make you more prone to panic attack. Another thing which can lead to panic attack is smoking or excessive caffeine intake. When you smoke a lot, you're basically, as I think I mentioned this in one of my smoking reels, that when you smoke a lot, you get more prone to anxiety issues and panic attack. Similarly, when your caffeine intake is too much, then also it makes you more, prone to panic attack. So these are the various causes. Now, what does this panic attack or panic disorder lead to? So if you have panic attack, most of the people here, I know, it is no longer a panic attack. It has actually, there are, at least 2 or 3 I can see here, they are part of panic disorder. Now, don't get afraid that, oh my God, I have disorder, what will happen, my life is going to finish. No, you will get another panic attack after that. So don't feel like this. Any disorders like this can be sorted out. Okay. So I have known people, and I have been treating one person who have gone through the highest level of panic disorder with irritable bowel syndrome. After 8 long months, she is absolutely free from all issues. She is now absolutely calm. She still gets a little bit of panicky in certain point of time, but 90% she is cured. So it is curable. So don't get worried about that. But it can lead to depression. Too much of panic or attack can lead to depression. It can affect your relationship with people. It can affect your communication styles, and it can also lead to other major health issues. Any questions so far, anyone, before I move on? Because the next part is about the the remedies. Anybody, any questions so far? I'll just wait for 30 seconds. Any question, anyone, so far? So far we have looked at what is panic attack, what is the difference between panic attack and panic disorder. We have also seen what are the various symptoms of panic attack, when can panic attack come in our life, what are the various causes of panic attack. Can overthinking lead to panic attack? Yes. And you know why? Why overthinking can lead to panic attack? Because when we are thinking, our okay, let me just explain it like this. Our brain cannot differentiate between imaginary things and reality. So for example, when we think about a vacation, when we say visualize that you are in a beach and all, suddenly you see those happy hormones flowing through your body. Why? Because the brain cannot differentiate whether you are actually sitting on the beach or you are thinking about the beach. Similarly, when you're overthinking, when you're thinking constantly about certain situations that leads to those negative emotions within you, your brain is not able to distinguish between that, whether it is an actual situation, whether you are actually in that situation or you are thinking about it. So that time, those negative cortisol constantly keeps on releasing in your body, and that can trigger a panic attack. Yes, it can. So what do you do when you have panic attack? Many people will tell you take medicines. I would say no. For any anxiety issues, try to sort it out without medicines. And now why do you sort it out without medicines? Because the effects are long lasting, and I do not want to usually I don't tell people to go for medicines, because then you are basically somehow you are not solving the root cause of the issue. So in order to solve the root cause, you need to go from physiological to psychological. Because anxiety, panic attack have all physical symptoms, like this sweating, chest pain. These are all physical symptoms, but the problem is happening here, but the symptoms are physical, right? So in that case, the treatment has to be from physical to psychological, just the way it happens. So it is coming from here to here, but then the treatment has to happen from physical to psychological. So what do? The first thing that you do in case of any panic attack symptom is, you have to tell yourself, this is a panic attack, not a heart attack. You have to keep on telling it to yourself, because that way the brain is getting signal to calm down. Step number 1, this is a panic attack, not a heart attack. This is a panic attack, it will go. This is a panic attack, it will go. You have to constantly tell it to yourself. Why? Because every pain or every emotion that we go through, they are all brain based. Our body is not feeling anything. If it is happening in the brain, and if I constantly saying this is a panic attack, it will go, I'm actually telling my brain that stop, like that. The second thing that you need to do is deep breathe. And deep breathe does not mean through your nose. You inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. That kind of deep breathing you have to do. Why? Because when you do deep breathing, you're actually sending oxygen to your brain, which lowers the amount of cortisol in your brain. Because if there is panic attack, the amount of cortisol has increased in your body. When you breathe deeply, you are sending more oxygen to your brain, which kind of reduces the amount of cortisol and makes your brain at a more homeostasis, or what you should say, like come to a balance. And then automatically your body starts really saying, how is panic attack different from anxiety? Apologies. Yeah, I actually answered this, but it's okay. There is nothing called anxiety attack, first of all. Panic is a byproduct of anxiety. So when you have anxiety, it's okay, you can still get on with it. But when the anxiety becomes too much, then you have panic attack. So panic is the ultimate form of anxiety. But again, panic attack has two segments. One is panic attack and one is panic disorder. Disorder is when you have more than 2 episodes of panic attack in your life and you have it recurrently. That is panic disorder. Okay. So whether it's panic attack or panic disorder, in both the cases the treatment is similar, because ultimately you are treating your brain. So first things is what I said is tell your brain that hold on, it's just a panic attack, it's gonna go. Second is deep breathing, so that the amount of oxygen level increases in your brain, that reduces cortisol. The third thing is you close your eyes and count till 20 slowly. Just close your eyes and count till 20. Why closing your eyes? There's a reason behind it. When you keep your eyes open, you're actually taking in more stimulus inside. You're getting more information from all around you, and that is making you more conscious. Let's say, I'll give an example. You are about to sing on a stage and you are getting panic attack. If you keep your eyes open and if you keep on looking around you, you will get more panicky. So keep your eyes closed so that you stop intake of information from outside. You just stop it and then count till 20. Why? You are distracting your brain. The moment you are counting till 20, 25, 30, 45, 50, whatever the number is, you are distracting your brain. Why you are distracting your brain? So that your brain shifts the focus from panic to suddenly it gets shifted to counting numbers, and then you see that it is calming down, right? Next is, these are the immediate treatment I'm talking about, because what do you do exactly at that point when you have panic? This is what you do. But in the long run, what you should do so that you do not have these kind of stuffs. One magical stuff that you do in case of panic attack is my favorite, PMR, or progressive muscle relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation is the best medicine you can have worldwide for panic attack, because progressively you are releasing each muscle of your body and you are releasing those memories and those tension from every muscle. That helps. PMR. Meditation, at least 15 minutes every day for meditation. That is something magical. It will help your brain to calm down, to turn off that switch. The meditation helps to build that switch within your brain to turn it off when it becomes too much, so that there is no short circuit. And finally, yoga, movement, any kind of movement, whether it's dance, whether it's yoga, whether it's Zumba, whether it's walking. Do something with your body to release that excess energy. That is one thing. Another tip is using essential oil. For example, rose oil. Because panic usually arises from stress, rose oil is very effective to reduce the stress. So if you take a small bowl of glass bowl and you have a little bit of water in it and put 4 drops of rose oil into that, you put that rose oil bowl around you, that smell helps you to calm down. That stress, it's a stress reliever. So it calms down. These are various tips that I am giving you for long run process of panic attack. But don't take medicines, because medicine is not going to help in the long run. This changing your behavioral method, this changing your whole mechanism, the way brain functions and your body functions, that is going to give you a permanent solution with panic disorder, right? So remember, next time when you have panic attack, just simply calm down and just keep on telling it's a panic attack, it's gonna go, it's a panic attack, it's gonna go. Close your eyes so that you don't take in more information from outside. Count till 20, 25, 30, 45, 50, whatever time you need. Deep breathe through your nostrils, breathe out through your mouth. It will help to generate more oxygen in your brain and will reduce the cortisol level. Once done, this is the immediate method. And in the long run, involve yourself with yoga, meditation, any kind of movement that will help your body to have that functioning ready to get into that real relaxation zone when it is becoming too much. And most importantly, do PMR. The PMR or progressive muscle relaxation, you can find it in the online, anywhere in online, what is progressive muscle relaxation. That is the best medicine for anxiety and panic attack. Progressively relaxing each part of the body helps to concentrate on each part of your body and release the tension progressively. All right, so that's pretty much about panic attack, and that's what I wanted to discuss. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. So or people who joined in late, they can go through the entire live when I post it shortly. But this is all about that you need to know. There is more to it, but you don't need to know that. This is all that you need to know. So whenever it happens next time, please know why it is happening, and know your triggers very well. You need to know what are your triggers, so that if you know that this is going to trigger me to get into a panic zone, you should also know what I should do to rectify that. If you know your problem, you would also need to know your solution. Okay, any question? I'll just wait for 1 minute to see if there is any more questions on panic attack. Actually, the poster that we had, that we shared, exactly that is how your internal system becomes when you go through a panic attack. Those, those flashes, those sensations, those tingling things, you don't know what you need to do, your heart beats faster, those things happen. So, and it's a very common thing. Panic attack can lead to addiction issues also, because anxiety, you try to get over anxiety by getting addicted to something, and that becomes a vicious circle. It can also lead to depression, it can lead to trauma. So we need to address the issues one by one. So taking medicines won't help. All right, any questions, anyone? Yeah, just 1 more minute, we'll wait. Please feel free. I hope this was helpful. I just felt like sharing all these details because this is important. You need to know how your body functions so that you know how to take care of it. Any question? No questions. It was very helpful. Thank you. Welcome, Shrestha. Anybody, any question? You're welcome, Chandrani. Yes, this is very helpful. Well explained. Thanks. Thank you, Monica. So I think we don't have any questions. So in case you have, once this is posted, feel free to comment on that and I'll come back and answer. All right. Thank you, everyone. Please take care of yourself. Remember, if nothing works, immediately at the time of panic attack, just deep breathe through your nostrils and release through your mouth. More oxygen will help to reduce the cortisol. This is one tip that you can use at any time, anywhere in the world. And then in the long run, please use progressive muscle relaxation, movement, yoga. This will help. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Please take care of yourself. Thank you.